Yes, men are always marrying their mothers back because this is the woman that you've seen all your life and you've learned to love her. Most of the relationships, especially celebrity relationships, they are mostly conditional. A narcissistic relationship is whereby I want to control you to do what I say. Men control probably by strength and things like that. Women control by manipulation. Technology is one of the biggest causes of breakups nowadays because people live on comparisons. Men, when they're on a date with a woman, they're looking for the feminine side of the woman. They're not looking for the masculine side. So most women try to bring out the masculine side of them.
Hello, nice people. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Vicky Vikina, and on our today's show, I have a very important guest by the name Keith Mwoki. Most of you have seen him on his social media platforms, advising us on relationships and things like that. But today, we are going to answer a few questions that most of you have been asking about relationships, and also how come most of these marriages that we see online, especially our big celebrities, why are they breaking up? Why is it that their marriage is not lasting? But before we continue, I'd love our guest to introduce himself. Hello, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good to see you. First of all, thank you for being on our show. We really appreciate. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Keith Mwoki. I'm a life coach from Mombasa. I talk about relationships, I talk about business, and as well mindset and spirituality. And but my biggest areas are relationships and business, whereby I try to elevate people to become the best versions of themselves. So I'm always on TikTok. There is where I have my things where I do it. Where you can always find me every day and get some good nuggets of wisdom.
Sure.
Yes.
Wow. First of all, thank you so much for being here. And today we want to get, that relationship expert advice that we don't get each and every day. I would start with, what most people relate to. How come most of these celebrities, marriages, relationship are breaking up? The other day we saw the situation of Lamoa and Ruth, the likes of Kate Actress and Phil, the likes of Eric Omondi and Lynn, and many other celebrities whom most of us thought they could never break up. Why are they breaking up?
Well, you see, the Bible says that true love is unconditional. So when most of the relationships, especially celebrity relationships, they are mostly conditional. Is someone who, I think if we make a couple and we start doing this and this content, we can trend. Also, they are also based on, you find one party was starstruck by the other one. If you, maybe this person is a celebrity and then you are starstruck, you come to him. So you are there on the basis of what you see, the outer image. But as the days go by, now you start understanding the person. And long story short, you find that we are not compatible. It was not real because love is a natural, emotional, and spiritual connection. It is not forced. It is not based on coercion in any way. It is something that just comes out of nothing. It's just like God. He doesn't love us for whatever reason. He just loves us because he loves us. And that is called agape love, unconditional love. But most love nowadays is full of conditions. And that's the reason why they're always failing. And too high expectations. When I'm with this person, this is how people are going to look at me. They'll elevate me in a way. But now, once you get all those elevations, once you get the likes and the whatever, now you start feeling empty. Because indeed, you didn't love the person. You loved the life around him or around her. And that's why most relationships are based on problems. I talk to almost, I get about almost 1,000 messages a day on my WhatsApp, whereby people just talk to me to help them in this and that. And most of those guys, they're even big names that, things like that. And you see people talking to you and you're like, wow, even you. And it just makes sense that most love nowadays is based on just conformity and people pleasing. It's not really love. is situationships.
Really?
Yes.
But now you have said probably one of the party is a celebrity. Probably the other party was not a celebrity. Now what happened to watu ambao wenye wamegrow from nothing? They've grown from nothing together. They've built each other as a brand. They've become celebrities. But all of a sudden, things end.
Now, in such cases, you'll find that they were not intentional with their love issue.
Yes.
Because when you're intentional, you know, I want to keep it. We are here, do or die.
Yeah.
One couple I really admire is Nameless and Wahoo.
Yes.
For the reasons you can see that intentionality about what they do.
Yes.
And you understand your boundaries. You understand that there's a celebrity life, there's a home life.
Yeah.
But if you mix your personal and outside life, especially when you give so much detail about your personal stuff, then you become vulnerable to the public.
Yes.
And when you put your personal life to the public, then accept to get public opinions, and they may not come very well. So now, all these opinions, no matter how people will say, I don't care about opinions, remember, they will hurt you at some point, and they will hurt whatever relationship you have. And to some point, you will find yourself that you start gaining, pulling, because most people as celebrities, they want to listen to people and what people say. And when they say, even this woman of yours, she doesn't have this, even this man of yours doesn't have this, you start having different guesses because you are never intentional with your thing. So for me, what I will tell most celebrities, although everybody has their own life, just try to differentiate between the public and the private life. Don't bring out your public life, private life to the public. Just know where to cut the boundaries. And just be you.
So can you say that social media increases the chances of a relationship not to work?
Well, technology is one of the biggest causes of breakups nowadays because people live on comparisons. When you see somebody else is doing this to their woman or to their man, you see, if I'm not doing it, then I'm the losing one here. And also on the other end, you find that the woman also, why are you not doing what so and so did to, Jay-Z did to Beyonce? And maybe your pocket is not as Jay-Z's, maybe you don't have too much. And with all this comparison, it's actually destroying so many marriages and things like that. Not only to the celebrities, even to the fans themselves. Because you find that nowadays it's become a life of comparison. I want a man who will do this, who will do this, who will do this. And the men, because they know women will want a man who will do that, what do? They exploit you. They just say, if I have my 10K on a weekend, let me take this lady for 1, 2, 3 out and promise her heaven on earth, use her and go away. Then we have a lot of broken relationships, people who are hurting left, right, and center because of what? Men are trying to, because I know I cannot maintain this for a long time. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use the little moment that I have to do whatever I can do and move out. And the ladies, they think this is the thing because they're seeing it on the TV, but there's no love there. It's just man eats man society.
And now, the reason why most of this relationship break up, most of the times we see it's cheating. Why would somebody cheat? Let's start with the man, Why would a man cheat? The fact that we see you have a very, beautiful woman, akona qualities zote, but why would this man go up to an extent of cheating despite you having everything back at home?
We call it fake relationships. Now, the reason why people cheat is because the foundation of the relationship was fake. Understand several factors here. Men love from seeing. Women love from hearing. This is the reason why women have to do makeup to look good so that men can see them. But men don't wear makeup. Likewise, women love from hearing. That's why men have to give what we call vibes, stories, castles in the air. Because women, when they hear something, they are emotional, and words hit to the emotion. You understand? And if words go to the emotion, then they woo. You're lured by the words. But here's the thing. Those two things don't keep a relationship. Seeing and hearing does not keep a relationship. There is much more than that. And that is the thing which makes people always part. Now, what keeps a relationship? For a man to stay with a woman, he requires two major things. One, he requires someone who can be able to build them to become who they are supposed to be. Behind every successful man, there is a woman. So you need someone who can build you, who can be there for you, who you can vent out your ideas, whatever. And secondly, a man needs peace. If there is no peace with the woman that you are with, then there is a high possibility that that man is going to go away. Now, what is peace? Peace is just good communication. How you talk to the man. It's not really about anything else, but do you make him feel I am the man? Do you raise his ego? Because men are driven by ego. All right. So now that is what keeps a man to you. All right. How you communicate and how you build him to become. Secondly, on the other side of the women, what keeps a relationship is a woman wants a provider, someone who can provide. All right. And this provision is basically, can you provide for me and my generation? Can you stand? It's not just about money, but do you provide ideas? Do you provide, are you vision oriented? And secondly, the woman also wants a man with status. Is literally what? How do people view you in the society? Because women want to belong and want to belong a place or to someone who is worthy to belong. All right? So if you lack focus and you lack the sense of having a good status in the society, then no woman will want you. And the status means I know myself, I know my mind is sharp, I am emotionally focused, logically focused, I know where I'm heading. But the problem is, most men, once they get into a relationship, and especially when they are really deep into it, they start focusing on the woman. They forget their dreams. When you forget the dreams, that is exactly what the woman came for. She came for your dreams, your status, your ideas, your focus. Now, when you focus on her, you've lost your dreams. So you've no use to her.
But how can now this man balance that?
Balancing this is that I always tell people, remember, she loved you for who you are. Don't change to become her. Every person is unique. And once you become her, or once she becomes you, then you lose your identity. And every person comes for the identity of the others. These are just two people who are collaborating, who are together, not because they are the same, but they are unique in their own ways, but they love each other the way they are. This is the most important thing.
But now I want you to answer this question. Despite all the things that you've told us, how come at the end of the day a man would still step aside, from the relationship and go cheat, no matter what? Is it their nature? Because some men say it's really hard to stay with one person.
No, it's a decision aspect. You see, in everything people decide, you just don't realize you find yourself, with no clothes in a house, in a B&B with someone. It's a decision. It's something that you choose. Well, I would say to men, the reason they probably do it much more than women is because of this reason. Men are logical. And logic is not emotion. Women are emotional, men are logical. Now, for a woman to be able to sleep with someone, there must be high intention, because you must feel that person from the heart.
You must have the emotion.
Yes, you must have the emotion. So when a woman cheats, it's extremely intentional, because she must love first, because she's running from emotion before she cheats. But now for a man, because he works on logic, and the logic plus the eyes, sometimes it's never really the emotion. You will find that a man might just see someone and it comes in the mind and it happens. And I'm not trying to justify that men should do this, because all of them are just the same conditions. But you see, a man can love 1,000 women the same way, because it's all about the mind. Because the attachment of the heart, the emotion is not really there. So you find that it's different from women. This is the reason why you see that in every city, there are red light districts. Who are standing in those red light districts is women. And who are purchasing most of them are men. Why? Because a man would sleep with whoever and they wouldn't remember the name. They won't remember anything. But if it was men standing in the red light district and women come and sleep with that, they will fall in love with all these fellas.
True. Is it okay to forgive cheating?
Well, this is I would say it depends on what angle that you're forgiving the cheating.
Okay.
If there's real intention that I have decided to change in a real way, and you can be able to see what was the intentions behind the cheating, and you have addressed them in a very specific, deep way, then it does make sense. But then if you're just out there saying, okay, I'm just forgiving it and for the sake of forgiving, and then tomorrow, if it's done one, two, three times, well, you have once a cheater, always a cheater. Always. I would say.
What about relationships where, still on cheating, what of relationships where a partner is okay with their partner going out cheating, especially a woman who is okay with the man cheating?
Well, in that sense, there's two things controlling the relationship. This woman, mostly her relationship is based on the money or based on a situation which this guy provides. It's not based on love. And this is the reason why a woman will say, my man can cheat for all he cares because I'm getting some financial support. This is poverty mindset. Poverty, I don't know, I call it poverty or I call it what? It's a situation whereby it's driven by other things, not by love. It's driven, the man is driven by lust, the woman is driven by the finances. So these are just two business people doing business. There is purely no love because love has no conditions.
Yes, true.
Yes.
Anyway, moving away from that, there's this aspect that most people always say that most men who marry, they don't marry women who they love.
Yes.
Is it true?
To some point, you see, men don't look at love as the way you people look at it.
Okay.
This is the reason why your man won't keep on saying I love you all the time. They might say it in the first days, but after that, men show love by actions. They understand love by actions because they are givers. They are not receivers. So what happens in this sense, a man always is looking for the woman who is able to give him the peace of mind, which is translated to respect, which is translated to love. So a woman who respects a certain man, you always find that she's the one who actually woos this man. For example, you'll find that a man might be having a beautiful lady. You know, we call them trophy ladies. The one who is, chomolewa at weekends. You know, is the functions. And you find that this lady, she's really good looking, everything. But for the man says she doesn't respect him, she's too argumentative, and so many other things. So what is the essence of this lady? Just to hang out over the weekends when I'm loaded. But now when he really decides to get married, do you think he's going to go for the problematic one? No. They will go to the one who has similar traits to their mother, especially if their mother was good.
Really?
Yes, men are always marrying their mothers back. Because this is the woman that you've seen all your life and you've learned to love her. You've learned to love her character, especially if your mother was someone who was just generally, a good person, not the extreme ones. So you find that men will go for the one who gives peace because they're trying to look at that aspect. They're looking at that aspect. That's why you see most beautiful ladies, they take too much time to be married or to even to find a suitor. They are still searching. While their age mates who are not that, they're already married, they have our homes and, very serious, stable relationships, everything is working out. That's the main reason.
Okay. Is there a right age to get married?
Well, there's nothing really like a right age, but there's a good timing. Good timing. I would surely say that before you experience life, Don't enter into another different phase. There's a reason why God put the energy when you're young. Sure. You go out, you engage with people, you travel, you have beautiful times with different people. But if you're just rushing on the basis of I want to get married by this and this year, those are conditions of marriage. Or I want to get married to a certain family, or I want to get married to blah blah. Like when you give yourself some conditions, those conditions are going to drop down one day. So there's no specific time to be married, but I would say if you're a lady and you're not yet above 25, please just take your time. There's much more to life. Yeah. If you're a man and you have not reached 30 years, there's much more to life. Sure. Relax. Because what's going to happen is you'll be jumping some stages. You need the time with the boys, hang out, catch up with other girls, you know, if you're a lady, do the things that other people do, experience life. This life that we live is an experience. Yes. Is not just a pattern. It's not just to get married, get children, run with whatever, do business and die. No, it's an experience. We are spirits with bodies out here to experience life. Okay. Yes. Someone would ask, what are the signs that probably my relationship is coming to an end or a marriage is coming to an end? Okay, the moment that first everybody gets me situation. How? You start hearing that even if a man is talking about things, he's talking about in the next few years I will do. You start hearing that you're not in the it's not the we. It's not the we. Yes, it's talking about I want to do this. I want to I. That's the first sign. Yes. Second sign, when they start to be possessive of their things. Yes, this is my side, this is your side. Again, yes. When they also start, especially nowadays with technology, mobile phones, they start to be very personal with their phones. It means if you're personal, then there's hiding of things. But some men say, no, simu yangu ni yangu, ni nini unaenda kuangalia utapata watu yours. It can be yours. Yeah. It's not a problem. It doesn't mean that we keep on checking each other's phones. Yes. But just when you start to all of a sudden being too possessive of it, it's as if I don't want. You see, the phone can just be can receive a call and your madam or your guy tells you, oh, here is your phone, there's someone calling. That's okay. But when you start being too possessive, you start seeing these traits, the problem is loading. When you also start seeing the other party, all of a sudden they are dressing too nice. But then listen, but in this sense, they are not dressing it for you. You can feel the energy is not going to you. She's dressing very well, or he's dressing very well. Some cologne, something that they weren't doing before, but the energy is not going to you. Yes. You can feel it's not for me. Yeah. It's for something else, and they're always, I was catching up with. And this one specific thing that men have never known. Yeah. When you call your woman and you ask her, hi, how are you doing today? Where are you? They tell you, I'm with a friend. That's a girl. When they tell you, I'm with my friend, with a friend, that's a man. A man. With my friend, that's a lady. Really? That's how you know it. Yes, it's very simple. Because when she starts to, I'm just hanging out with a friend, well, that means it's some dude somewhere catching up, but I'm using the word to confuse you. But when they say, I'm with my friend, you see there you're personalized. Yes. My friend. This one has no guilt. It has no guilt. Okay. And now for people whom when you announce a relationship, probably you just met with a guy, ameanza kukatia and everything, probably you go for a first date, and then all of a sudden, ghosts. What happens? Like, what happens? Well, this is very deep. I've been asked this question 1,000 times. Yeah. Let me answer it again. So when a man ghosts you, it's a good date, you guys have hung out, nothing was bad in a way that you would say they felt, no. This is what happens. Men, when they're on a date with a woman, they're looking for the feminine side of the woman. They're not looking for the masculine side. So most women try to bring out the masculine side of them, the alpha womanish kind of characters. I want to rule the marriage, or I want to rule the relationship. And a man will not tell you, especially if they are players, they won't mind. But a serious potential man who is well composed, you go on a date with him. The first thing, let's assume, for example, you come with another lady to the date. A friend, oh, this is just my friend who are hanging out. I'm bringing somebody along. That's a big red flag. The man might not even call you ever again, or they might end up dating that friend of yours. All right? That's number one. Number two, when you're in that date and you're too mouthy instead of being silent and just listen. You see, the man should drive this relationship, because it is the man who finds. He that finds a wife finds a good thing. You are to be found, right? So you're not the one who is finding here. When he's talking to you, he's talking to you in a way that he's trying to find, is this? But now when you're you're talking about so many things, and just yours is to relax and to say yes and to receive the information and to smile and to enjoy the moment, right? But when you start to be too much, let's assume, for example, the orders are being brought and you're like, they are calling the waiters. You're trying to show a masculine energy. Just talk to your man. Hi, my dear. I needed another glass of wine. So you'd feel like, wow, you can ask me. And then it'll be like, I'll bring my woman the best bottle, wardrobe. You understand? So he feels I'm the man. Again, when you start talking about your exes, your past life, your miseries, your issues, those are also red flags that a man will look and say, you're still not over with this ex of yours, and it seems I'm feeling competition and I don't want to compete, especially if you say, oh, my ex used to do this, my ex used to do this. So he feels you're trying to compare me to your exes and whatever. It doesn't make sense for me. And again, when you also show too many demands on the first day, especially those demands that people have nowadays on social media. I want a man who makes my hair every weekend, who does. It's not bad. Men are not refusing to do that, but don't put it on the face that, hey, you're buying me. No, nobody is buying anyone. We're human beings. We can't buy each other. So these kind of things, they make a man feel, this one, she was too much on this and this. I don't want trouble. I just want peace. And one final thing, after the date, you've gone home, immediately you've started calling. Hello, yes, you arrived well. I just wanted to relax, let the man call you. So you're just checking up on your guy, you're like, you're the lady. Let the man call you. Let him ask you how you've been. If you really feel so much intrigued, send a text. Just say hi, got home safe, that's fine. But when you start being too clingy, too much, then he sees the desperation angle of you, and he feels that, well, this one might be, she might not give me space to be me. She might come too much to a point that's why the reason when a woman comes too fast, you're like, hey, please, I need some peace. I need to think. Just come slow. I need to resonate and to see this thing logically. You see, now a woman is always quickly attached, like glue. Then she forgets that this man needs space to think, to recharge, to do things, to hang out with the boys, to see just, different things, how businesses, and to run their errands. But now a woman will be like, oh, I want to be with you 24/7. Then the man feels pressured and he starts withdrawing. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. Now, for men, some of the men would ask, how do I know that probably this lady really loves me? Probably the man has, maybe he's rich and ogopa kutumiwa, or maybe the man is famous. He's not sure if the lady is there for, appear akwe famous or not. How would a man know that indeed this lady anampenda? Well, there are several things. A woman who is talking about family, talking about the future with them, she's a bit more reserved. She's also a virtuous woman. I'm sure you've heard about that, but most people don't know who is a virtuous woman. The Proverbs 31 woman. This virtuous woman she's hustling away. She's not just there waiting for the man to provide 100%, but she's trying some few things to show the man that I also want to take care of the other angle of you.
Sure.
A man, when he sees such kind of a woman, he wants to pull her up. He wants to help her in whatever she's doing, because men are built to build. Okay. And another thing is a man who will give you peace. I mean, a woman who will give you peace. She's not arguing on you. She's giving you a lot of peace, because remember, the Bible says that it is better for a man to live at the roof of a house than with a quarrelsome woman. And again, a woman who mirrors you. Mirroring is one factor which makes someone understand that this person has fallen in love with me. What is mirroring? She starts behaving like you, liking the things that you like, the food that you like, doing the things. You start realizing that she's changing a few things to be in the same energy with you, because she wants to belong. Because a woman just came from the side of the man and she wants to go back. So she wants to mirror the person. So those are some of the things. And also she is introducing you to friends, relatives and things like that. You can be able to tell.
Yes.
But if she's hiding you like cocaine,
Ogopa.
there's a problem.
Okay. Yes. What's the difference between a healthy relationship and can I say a narcissistic kind of a relationship? What's the difference?
Healthy relationship, there's what we call the free bird aspect. If you love someone, it is said that let them go. And if they come back, they are meant for you. Give them space. Maya Angelou once said, love liberates. And because love liberates, it just means if I love you, it's about our emotions. And we are together by mind and by emotions. And whatever you do, I allow you to go there and be yourself. I'm not changing you from who you are, but I'm loving you the way you are. That's a healthy relationship. A narcissistic relationship is whereby I want to control you to do what I say. Men control probably by strength and things like that. Women control by manipulation, right? They'll manipulate you to get control over you by doing things, maybe denying you intimate moments. She will manipulate you by words. She'll manipulate you by trying to tell you there's even you see, my ex used to do this and that. Those are manipulation tactics. But for a man, he might do it by the aspect of strength. I will not give you this. I'll not do this. I'll block this from you. The connections, I'll make sure. So that is narcissistic kind of behaviors. Yes, which happens. So a healthy relationship is whereby every person lets the other one be themselves, because love liberates, and love is a mind thing, and God is love, and those who love God, they dwell in love. Yes.
Moving on, there's this aspect of money and providing. In our society, we're used to men providing. But what about this relationship where the woman has more money or is earning a lot of money than the man? Can that relationship work, or how is it supposed to work, despite the woman earning more money than the man?
Well, in this sense, I would say that money is not, you see, money is energy. Money is just attracted. And when you're with the right kind of person, behind every successful man, there is a woman.
Yes.
If your woman earns more, it means she's got a high energy. And it's just a matter of time that the man will also have the same energy. And she's going to find herself pushing him. And because men have the logic aspect, it's just a matter of time that even the man becomes probably even better. And when he becomes better, he's not becoming better as a way of competition, but he's becoming better because there's a woman behind who is building this man. Like the song says, it's a man's world, but it's nothing without a woman, because the woman will bring the emotional side, the man brings the logical side. Yes, it's a logical world. Everything is by logic, but emotion drives the world. sales are driven by emotions. Yeah. People buy based on emotion, but they justify it with logic. Sure. And so is relationships. It's just like that. You fall in love by emotion, the eyes, the hearing, remember? But then you justify it with logic. Can she communicate well? Can he provide for me with my children? You see? Yeah. That's exactly what happens. And so back to your question, please.
Yes. So what happens now if the woman has more money than the man? Does it mean that the man ataendelea kulipa rent, or now what happens?
You see, you're seeing it on a layman understanding. Yes. Layman understanding is whereby people are thinking about it in material aspect. Okay. The Bible says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." What things? The good times, the money, the everything, the what. Yeah. When you seek first the kingdom of God, what is the kingdom of God? Romans 14:17 says the kingdom of God is not meat and drink, but is peace, righteousness, peace, and joy. Now, peace and joy is what you're looking for from this person. You're not looking for material stuff. Material stuff are just other things which shall be added once you have the joy from the relationship, you have the peace from the relationship. So now, if both of you, whether one is a minister and the other one is a gardener, and there is peace and joy in that relationship, I tell you, you will not see anything. You'll be seeing, this is the man. This is the man of my dreams. Because material things are nothing. Yeah. Material things come and go. People fall in debts. Yeah. Things happen. But when love is built on emotion, then the world will be a really beautiful place. So let's not keep always thinking about if I have more money than you, if I have this, if I do this, if all those are materialistic thinking. Okay. And when you think or you get into a relationship based on material, then garbage in, garbage out.
So it means that that kind of relationship can work no matter what.
It can work, absolutely. Okay. It can work because it's about how you feel. Relationship is about the feeling. Yes. It's not about things. Yeah. If you're based in your relationship based on things, what you're actually doing is that you're in a business, you're in a transaction. It's a buy and sell. It's like you find the way people, I'm with this man because he's got the money. And the man is with you because he sleeps with you. Yeah. Well, you're just two business people. Yeah. Just doing transactions, buy and sell. Yeah. I'm selling my body, I'm buying using my money. Yeah. So these are just entrepreneurs. Okay. But there is no love there, whether you're married or not. And that's the reason you see someone will say, "Oh, I mean, this guy, he provides for me. Well, I don't love him, but you see his money, blah, blah, blah." Now, this usually the end result. You will stay there. You get the money. You enjoy the good moments, but you're enjoying it for what? Just for the likes. People to, "Hey, look at her. Wow, she got a new Range. Look at her. Wow, she's living good." Yeah. But deep down, they're crying. Deep down, they're saying, "I wish I had real love," because you cannot replace love with material things. Sure. It can never be replaced. And it's just a matter of time when people stop talking about it. Yes, you've gone abroad and you have this and you're living good, and the likes on Instagram, they have started fading. Then you start realizing that, but wait a minute, I need love. And this probably old man or old woman, depends. It happens both ways. Yeah. They are just there. You're looking at them. Yes, you have all things in the house, but you miss one thing. You're rich materially, but you're poor in emotion. And you're there, and you go back, you try to say, let me go back to my high school sweetheart. You find he's married. He's already moved on. Yes. And that's the time you see most people get so desperate and they get into depressions. And I'm talking to such kind of people so many times. And like I told you, I always talk to people on a personal level to try and help them out. And in these cases, you will find that people are going through a lot, and others are willing to change and to transform themselves and to understand that life is an experience. It's not about material. People come to this world with nothing. They fight for everything, and they live with nothing.
Yeah. My last question.
Yes.
I always see online people saying, make sure a man provide, ask for that money, don't be shy, And now somebody would ask, how would somebody ask for money in a nice way without them looking materialistic, and at the end of the day, that man will give the money.
Yeah. In a relationship whereby there is no exchange of value, then that relationship is going down. If a man cannot be able to exchange his value towards you, then it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But then there's a way you need to do it, because a man is not going to exchange his value for nothing. What are you bringing on the other table? Is it just you, your body? No. Well, in the first times, it may be a big deal, but as the time goes by, it's not a big deal.
Yes.
So now here's how to ask your man for money without actually making him feel offended.
Okay.
Now, simple things. Just talk about what you want. Like, for example, let me give a good example. Let's assume this man can afford a car and you really want it. Show yourself, maybe when you guys are driving around and you see a car that you really like, you just say, I really love that BMW. It's just, I enjoy, but I'm working on it. I'm saving some money. I want, by the end of the year, I buy it.
Yeah.
Mention it often, but also mention what you're doing to achieve it.
To achieve it, okay.
You understand? To
Yeah.
achieve it. When you mention it, not showing him that I want you to buy it for me, but I'm just telling you part of what is in my heart. These are the kind of ladies you see that the man has just surprised him. Why? Because you didn't bring it on the face that, hey, I want a car. You showed the man that this is what I'm working towards achieving that thing. So you have just made him feel, if I want to raise my ego much more by making her smile, by giving her the dreams that she has always wanted. Secondly, you want a man with a car, you'll find him where you've parked yours. Because most ladies, they want the best, but then they are not offering the best. They have not improved themselves. They are just there and they're just saying, okay, well, I want to get a man who has this, who has this. What do you have yourself? What do you actually have yourself?
What do you have?
What do you have? Because if a man is smart enough to achieve this, it basically means he's also smart enough to get someone who is also equally good enough like him.
Wow.
So if you want a millionaire, behave like millionaires. You don't have to be a millionaire, but behave like them. Millionaires, they don't go to clubs and bars and they go there and keep on telling people, buy me this. Go to a good restaurant, chill down, buy your tea, coffee, water, enjoy your time, pay your own bills. When someone says hi to you, don't pour out all your troubles. All of a sudden, it's like you become an orphan. You just met this guy and your gas is off. Nothing is going. The rent is due. That man will just say, no, I can't help you. But if you're organized, even if you have very little, you're living in a bed seat and you met this billionaire or you met whoever, he's going to look at the effort that you're doing towards yourself. He's going to say, if this lady is this hardworking and she loves me and respects me and she's there for me, what can I do to make her happy?
Okay.
That's a beautiful thing.
Wow. Hey, we have a lot to discuss. I think, Kate, I'll just have to look for you because maswali ni mingi, and I know most of the people are going to write more their questions pale, in the comment section. But thank you so much. If somebody wants to get, personal advice probably on their marriage or relationship, can they reach you and how can they do that?
Yes, please. You can reach me. I'm always teaching on TikTok every week.
Yes.
TikTok is my biggest platform where I always talk to people all the time. Just go and search my name, Keith Mwoki. You'll find me there. And as well, on every Tuesday, 8 p.m. East African time, I'm always teaching about relationships. I teach people how to be good in their relationships from 8 all the way to 10:30. So it's usually a very packed session. I usually have almost 50 to 100,000 people watching live. And there you get wisdom nuggets. And on Thursday, 8 p.m. East African time, and on TikTok Live, I'm always speaking about business. And because I also teach about business. And on Sunday, same time, 8 p.m. East African time, I talk about spirituality, which is self-awareness. You get to know who you are. You get to understand yourself. And likewise, you can just go to the link on my profile bio or go to my website, keithmoki.com. There you can reach me out and get also my WhatsApp line and talk to me personally. And I guide you. I always offer one-on-one sessions. To help and guide people in whatever they do. If you cannot be able, because sometimes my calendar is quite full, people are really packed. Because I told you I get even 1,000 messages a day from different people to help them in different things. I also have a membership group whereby I just discuss with people in a more private way and more organized way. So you can still go there and find the same. Otherwise, check me out on TikTok and other socials, Keith Mwoki.
Yes.
I appreciate.
Oh, guys, let me know in the comment section what is that one thing you've learned today that you didn't know. But of course, if you need more advice, if you need more, relationship advice, go check him on all his social media platforms, and let us know what you thought. You think about the interview down below. Give this video a big thumbs up. Until next time, bye bye.